Can you really decorate your home with just $10? That's the challenge that I am taking on today. I'm heading to Dollar Tree with this $10 bill to see what I can find, and then I will show you how to turn it into stylish home decor that looks way more expensive. I'll share my picks, the receipt total, and then the fun part, we're going to be transforming these budget finds into cozy DIY decor. And of course, I will style them in my home so you can see the finished look. This week's theme is fall decor. Think pumpkins, leaves, and all things cozy. Let's see how far $10 can really go. Create, organize, style. You're watching Simple Made Pretty. Okay, I'm here trying to pick out things for my $10 challenge, and they have so many pretty fall florals just outside the store. So many things to choose from here. Like, look at this artificial pampas. This is so nice. It's $1.25 per stem, I assume. That's what this red dot means. I feel like the stems of just the leaves will get me really far. Here's another one of those pampas stems. Sorry if there's background noise of cars driving. The foxtail, if you can see it, so cute. They even have some of these pomegranates. Look at these plates. So cute for fall. Okay, so these... Okay, they have a bunch of foam pumpkins. I'm definitely going to grab one of those. And the pumpkin wreath form. Wonder if I can do anything with this. What do you think? I don't know. Maybe? Okay, so confusing. One thing says $1.25. Another thing says $7. Another thing says $3. What is going on? $3. That's actually a really good deal. Actually, it says $5, but that's still a really good deal on some candles. Okay, I have a budget of $10, so that would be my entire budget if I got this. They do have a $3 one. Okay, this serving tray doesn't have a price. It says it's $3, but I don't want to believe that. This looks like the pumpkin wreath centerpiece that I made several years ago. That's so funny. I bet you it's $5 though. This is cute. Okay, this is a Lazy Susan. So cute. They have a whole bunch of designs in here. Yeah, that is so cute. You could even use this as a little sign if you wanted to. But I'm not gonna get it because I have budget. Look at these huge pillows. $5. Whoa. These would make some really cute decorations. You have these, they're only $3. Here's some more pillows. $5. Even for Halloween. Cute. These little sweater pumpkins. So cute. I just got back from Dollar Tree. I grabbed what I could for this $10 challenge. And I gotta say, I was really disappointed with what I could find at Dollar Tree because they are raising their prices currently. Everything I got is $1.50 currently. Hopefully the prices do not go up. So I'll just show you really quickly what I got. I got two things that were $1.75. These two picks. Honestly, I feel like I overpaid. Yeah. I feel like I could have gone to Michael's and probably shopped their sales section. Or even Hobby Lobby or even Walmart. I mean, for the quality that you get at another store for $1.75 for one of these picks, you probably could get a little bit of a better quality at Michael's if you happen to get one of their sale items. But it is what it is. I wanted to try this challenge using Dollar Tree only. I do want to try other challenges where I go to like Walmart or other stores, just like fun $10 challenge. So I've got these 2 stems, and I know they're not fall colors, but I'm going with more of a neutral theme for this fall challenge. The other thing I got is the popular pumpkin wreath form. I've got several tutorials on how to use this already on my blog, but I wanted to try something different. So got that. And I got this little fall wooden leaf decor. So you can see it's pretty big. And it's got a little bit of raffia here at the bottom already. And then the other 2 things that I got, 6 items total, that's what I got for $10. I got these 2 color hand towels, okay? I know you're gonna be like, what is she gonna do with these hand towels for fall decor? You'll just have to watch and see. Great, so here's everything I got. And then here's my receipt. So you can see here, the total was $10.17. I used gift cards to pay for them. So let's see what we can make with these items. I am definitely going to have to use a lot of things from my craft stash, but let's get started. All right, I'm starting with the pumpkin wreath form. I'm going to use some of the greenery that I got. I have this vintage lace bow that is actually, it came from some vintage lace curtains. So I am just going to use, it's already pre-made, but you can easily just take any ribbon and make your own bow. Or if you happen to find lace like this that's already in a bow. So mine has this thing that I need to cut off. So I'm going to cut that off. And now our bow will be ready to go. How pretty is this going to be? Then I also have some twine and then a scrap piece of canvas drop cloth and some batting. I don't want to forget some burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree too. Just all of this was from my craft stash. So the first thing I'm going to do is just slightly manipulate these wires. I actually don't want a full 3D pumpkin. You have to be very careful with these because these can snap easily. There was one in the store that had already snapped, and I did not want that one. Okay, look. Okay, it's coming together. And next, I'm going to cut some batting that's going to fit on both sides of my pumpkin. In shapes, lay it on top of it. Now you want enough batting because I'm going to try to tuck in these sections here. The canvas drop cloth, cut it in half. Oh, this is big enough. And then we're just going to use that and we're going to wrap it through like this and tuck each section down. So I'm just going to use some clothespins to attach mine. What's going on the other side of this. And we're just going to start pulling and tucking and then gluing. So got my little finger protectors, my hot glue gun is ready, and I'm just going to start gluing down this inside. Okay, now that the inside is pretty much attached, we're going to pull this and wrap it around. look at the front and see how it's looking. It's looking exactly how I wanted it to, so that's good. I can mess with the front later. Let's do the other side. All right, I know it looks a little weird right now, but the typical pumpkin has a little divot right here. So we are going to create that divot, fishing wire, and we're going to create the little crease that way. So I'm going to tie it at the top right here. I know it's hard to see the fishing wire because it's clear. Stem through here, and you might just need like a little dab of hot glue right there to hold it in place. And I'll put a little bit right there too. Right here. And then we'll tie it at the bottom. Because again, I will be covering up this bottom, but I'm actually going to run it to the other side. Just make it really tight because I don't want it to be showing on the pumpkin. I want that to be hidden. And then we're going to do it on this side the same way, right through this area. So we'll put a little dab of glue. All right, so this is where we are right now. I just need to add something on the top and something on the bottom. Some twine up there. Just keep wrapping it around until it's attached. Looks rustic, looks perfect for fall. Now for the bow, I don't want it to be like just lace, so I'm going to cut some burlap to put in there. Burlap and lace, they look so good together. So I'm just basically adding a small dab of glue in the corner on the inside. I'm not touching it because, oh no, you would get burned. There's nothing to touch or grab there. So I actually found some more burlap I could use for the tails, so I'm going to attach it. All right, so the burlap and lace bow is ready to be attached. Just push it into place. So now I want to add some greenery. So to get the most bang for my buck, I'm going to use like one of the lighter leaves with the darker leaves. And then I'm just going to glue it to the inside of this wreath. Put a little dab there. I'm not happy with this stem, so I'm redoing it real quick. Just putting some burlap on top. I am actually really impressed with how this turned out. It is super cute. Right now I just have it hanging on my craft room door, but I could see this on my front door like for the rest of fall. It's so cute. I love it. I love the burlap and lace. It adds just a bit of a romantic touch. And it is the neutral colors. And all in all, I only used 6 leaves and the pumpkin wreath form, and then the rest of the items were from my craft stash. So I literally spent less than $2 to make this. So this is a super simple fall decor DIY. I've got some printables for you. I only printed off 2, but I've got actually have 6 of these. They are a botanical watercolor print in Latin, super aesthetic. Now I already had some Dollar Tree frames, and I have some other botanicals in them. These I use for summer. And so I'm just going to switch mine out so that we have a fall theme. Super easy. Didn't cost anything other than to print them at home. I'm just cutting mine to fit into the frame. But even if you had to go out and buy these Dollar Tree frames, I love these wooden ones because they are so aesthetic. The wood color, but it's still very affordable. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep my summer print behind the fall print, so that way next year when I want to update it, I can also turn it around. Just so you know, I print all of my wall art on a lightweight cardstock. I'll link it in the description. I think it turns out like the color is just so much better when you print on cardstock versus regular printer paper. And now I'm ready to stick this up on the shelf. Now I am giving you these printables. There's 6 of them in a printable pack when you join my YouTube channel membership page. And the highest tier gets access to my SVGs, my printables. Otherwise, you can buy this in my Etsy shop for a one-time fee. I know there's a lot of people that just want the one-time fee, but if you want to join the membership, the first tier gets you access to all of my videos as well as private shorts, private videos, and then the second tiered membership gets you access to my SVG printables library, and I will be posting monthly printables, free printables, and I will try to I want to try to give you guys weekly free printables just because I have so many in my library to give you. So check it out, hit that join button. I'd love to have you join Simple Made Pretty channel. So easy. All right, now I'm going to be using those towels, and I found some of this Crafter's Square fabric. I really feel like now that prices are increasing, I'm like, should I be careful about using my craft stash? So I've got that, and I'm going to be making some fabric pumpkins. I've got a bunch of batting, okay? And I was thinking about, I found these old doilies. I was thinking about making some fabric pumpkins and wrapping them up with this. And this one's like a crocheted doily. Here, let me show you. How fun would it be to make some pumpkins like that? So let's get to it. And I'm going to cut this white fabric as well. Perfect little strip. And I'm just going to wrap it around like this. It's getting there. I can't believe Dollar Tree wanted $1.50 for their fabric pumpkins that look like this. And you can make them yourself. I mean, I got this fabric for $1.25 when it was $1.25. But if you have batting and you have all of the materials, you can make 2 of them for the cost of 1. I mean, if you want to make more than 1, or if you just don't even have time to make them, I understand that. So just trying to tuck this in. Like a pumpkin is getting the center all squished down like that. So I have this huge needle. I'm going to use fishing line. We're going to go through the batting, go right in the center. So we've got it through. So now we're just going to go right back through again in the center. Then we're going to tie a knot like super tight because we want this to be pulled in. See how it's getting pulled in? Making it super tight. Now we have the pumpkin starting to come together. And then I've got all this thread in here, so I'm just going to go ahead and tie it to make the pumpkin slits on the side. So here's one. So you can see it's got these little, you just need to fluff it a little bit. Okay, so I just took apart a clothespin and then stuck them down in the center. If you need to glue yours, you can. Mine is actually pretty good without any glue. Okay, you can add more if you wanted it. So I'm just gonna actually tie some twine, and then we're gonna start attaching, and then I'm just gonna wrap the twine around this. Slipping out of there. Okay, there's my first little pumpkin. What do you think? Now I'm going to repeat those same steps with these. I'm not going to show you because I just showed you. So we will finish that up and then I will show you the reveal. I'm just going to stick one of my clothespins in there and it's going to turn into a stem. I'm going to wrap it with some twine. And I've got a little brown pipe cleaner. I've just folded it up and I'm going to put that around the top of it. So it has a little bit of a flexible top, like curved. All right, so I'm using some of the burlap ribbon that I used on the other project. Oh my gosh, it looks perfect in our family room. So for this next project, I'm going to be using the wood plaque. And I've basically been trying to remove this piece very, very carefully without ruining it. So I've been using this tool as well as my Cricut tool to try to unglue this piece. But I'm just going to show you really quickly. We're just going to go ahead and remove this raffia. There we go. And there's still a little bit of glue there, but I can sand that down. And I'm not sure if I want to keep this on here, so I'm just going to go ahead and remove it so it's not in my way. You can see this piece. I'm just trying to get all the corners. It's lifting up. Okay, I just got it. Ooh. Okay, the back is a little destroyed, but we can sand that down. Definitely want to sand this down. A lot of my corners got chipped here, but we can also sand those down. Now I have two. Of course, my leaf is not perfect, but that's okay. And then I can use this later if I wanted to too. So I'm taking this sign that's in our entryway, meet me at the pool. So I'm gonna change this into from summer decor to fall decor. I don't want to completely redo this because I'll probably just use this all again next year, like when spring comes. Meet me at the pool is perfect for spring. I have a piece of white poster board, so I'm going to cut that to fit inside my frame. So I'm just using a smoothing tool to smooth it in place. So I'm probably going to end up attaching the raffia back on there to cover up this bottom piece. These little top corner pieces. This is what it is. It'll look fine. But I'm going to figure it out here and maybe do something like this. And then I've got a bunch of Jenga blocks. So let's see if we can get this to work. There's the full idea. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue all of these Jenga blocks together on my glass mat, so that way I just have the letter, and then paint them, and then I'm going to decide what I'm going to do with this, whether I'm going to paint it or stain it. I'm probably going to stain it, maybe paint this heart, and then we'll glue it all together. Okay, before I paint or stain these things, let's glue this together. I'm just going to be using Fast Grab tacky glue. Now I'm going to stain those. This is early American. I've got a glove and a rag for this part. I'm just going to dab a little bit of stain. Don't need much here. This looks very pretty. I wanted to match this frame here, so I might need to go a little bit darker. And I'm going to stain the larger one too. While that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and start painting the rest of the stuff. Now, I think I've decided to paint this white, and then we'll paint the F and the L's black. Okay, so I decided to paint the heart orange. I just feel like black and white is a little boring. I was thinking like a sage green would also look really pretty, but I don't have a sage green, so I'm going with the orange. I'm gonna let everything dry, go clean up my paintbrushes, and then we'll be back to set it all up. All right, I'm ready to start attaching everything. So I'm just going to be using tacky glue again. I'm actually really excited that I did this orange heart. Don't forget, I do want to add this back on. Now here's a quick tip. If you don't have a frame like this, if you go to Dollar Tree and you get their foam board, you can make a sign similar to this, and it can either be not framed, or you can just grab some scrap wood, or even do a faux frame with the wood look, what do they call this, a shelf cover at Dollar Tree. So you can kind of create a faux look on your foam board and then recreate this entire sign. I shared that tutorial several years ago. It's such a hack if you're very limited on funds. Now, because mine is on this poster board, which if I find that it starts to come off, I'll probably just attach a couple glue dots here on the inside. That way I can take this off come spring and I can go back to my other sign. And then next fall, I can put the insert back in. For the extra maple leaf, I just use it as a candle holder with my printable book covers. And I'm ready to start decorating for fall, so I'm taking down a few of my summer decorations like the seashell and replacing it with the fabric pumpkin I made. I'm also going to switch out this summer artwork print in my entryway with one of my printables, and it matches perfectly with the fall sign that I made. The pumpkin wreath form I made looks awesome on our front door, and it's perfect for early fall decorating. Everything I made is giving off a little bit of a Scandinavian bohemian vibe. By the way, these pumpkins turned out really well, but if I had to do it all over again, I'd probably just grab a couple from Dollar Tree for $1.50 rather than having to make them myself. FYI, this is part of my brand new $10 decor challenge series. So hit subscribe if you want to see me try this with Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. If you love budget DIYs, I also put together a dollar store DIY ebook. It's packed with seasonal projects, and I'll link it below. And that's it. Can you believe that all of this cost me $10 at Dollar Tree? It just goes to show you don't need to spend a fortune to make your home feel cozy and seasonal. Now, I want to know which was your favorite DIY in today's challenge. Let me know down in the comments. I love hearing your ideas. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss my next $10 challenge. You won't want to miss it. See you in the next $10 challenge. Thanks for watching. Bye.